Welcome to Kermode Uncut. The Handmaiden is out on DVD and Blu-ray. I remember when it came out in cinemas, I raved about it. It's the new film by Chan Wook. I'm a huge fan of Chan Wook. And it's an adaptation of Fingersmith, the novel by Sarah Waters. And it takes Sarah Waters' story, which is set in Victorian England, and it transposes it to Korea under Japanese colonial rule. And despite that extraordinary shift, Sarah Waters loved the film because she said that it kept intact the central themes of her novel. I was thinking of Blue is the Warmest Colour, and Julie Marrow, who wrote the source material that film is based on, saying that the film contained so-called displays of lesbian sex that were completely at odds with what she had originally intended and wanted, and she didn't like the film because of that. But Sarah Waters, big champion of The Handmaiden. Now, the other interesting thing about The Handmaiden on home viewing is it's available in two different versions. If you get the standard version, it's the theatrical cut, which is the version that most people saw in cinemas. But there's also an extended cut. Now, when I first saw the film, I actually saw the extended cut. I didn't know which version I was watching. At that point, I thought it was the only version. But I saw the extended cut, and somebody said, which version did you see? I said, well, it was this long. They said, oh, that's the extended cut. Have you seen the shortened theatrical version? I hadn't. I went back and saw that as well. And funnily enough, I thought it worked rather well. It was still sinewy and it was punchy and it got right to the heart of the subject matter. Well, now both versions are available on the special edition, which also has a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes material. If you saw The Handmaiden in cinemas, it is well worth checking out the extended version, the director's preferred version, the version that's really got everything in it. And the reason is very simple. When Chan Wook was making The Handmaiden, he was clearly in love with the material. He was really enjoying himself when he was making the film. And it's one of those rare cases in which more really is more. To give him the space to do everything that he wanted to do, to really tease out the psychological themes, the twists, the turns. I mean, it's an erotic thriller, but it's much more bound than Basic Instinct. It's a sort of psychological thriller. It's a film which turns gender roles on their head, which is constantly wrong-footing the audience. If you've read the book, you'll know some of the twists, but it's still worth seeing the film just to enjoy those in a cinematic way, and it is well worth checking out the extended cut. Because although I've always said that, short is great, cut to the chase, there's nothing wrong with brevity, hooray for Punch Drunk Love, the shortest of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. This is one rare case in which somehow allowing the director to completely explore their vision actually makes it better. Both versions are terrific. Both versions are available on DVD and Blu-ray. Go out and watch both of them.